If you know the rules, if you know the verb forms and all, it is very easy to answer these questions. There will be 5 essay type questions. You have to answer any 3 out of 5. Each question carries 10 marks. What are fables? These are the short stories with some moral in them. Okay, these are called as fables. Don't write too lengthy answers. It has to be precise and compact, but you have to include all the points necessary to answer that particular question. Hello everyone, this is Shobita S. Aradhya, lecturer, Department of English, Vidhyaashram First Grade College, MYSURU, the Temple of Excellence. A warm welcome to all the students of 4th SEM B.C.A. Yes, today is the first video I am doing for you. This is the introduction to your syllabus. In this video, you will know the syllabus, the pattern of question paper, the pattern of evaluation, and few information about the drama or the novel. All those I will be discussing with you in today's video. And now let me start the video for the introduction to the syllabus. So, as I told, in this video today, you will be knowing the syllabus for 4th SEM B.C.A. English, and then pattern of evaluation, how the exams are conducted, what are the credits you will have, and pattern of question paper, okay, for how many marks, what questions are asked, and how you have to write. All that will be discussed here. And then, as I said you, I will be giving some information that is about the novel, what are the elements of novel, and also I will discuss you about the genres of a language. Now, let us start with the syllabus. For your syllabus for 4th SEM B.C.A, you have the drama Julius Caesar. Who has not heard the name of this drama? That is Julius Caesar by William Shakespeare, the great playwright ever anybody has seen on earth, correct? So, his drama Julius Caesar, this is about a king. He rules and the court members, they plan a conspiracy against him, they kill him, and then his friend, he makes the people understand what happened there, why Julius Caesar was killed. Okay, this is a very beautiful drama where you'll know the philosophy, you'll know the secret of death, you'll know how people change. It is everything. It is a total package where you learn many things for life. So, this is the drama you have for this SEM, that is Julius Caesar, written by William Shakespeare. And for this, you'll have one word answers, that is one word answers you have to write for the questions. Those questions you'll have based on this drama. Then you'll have description of situation, means here you'll describe the situation. A situation will be asked to write, you have to describe it. While describing the situation, you can't exceed the limitation of words. You can't write the long answers. It has to be precise and it has to be informative. You have to include all the points necessary to describe the situation. That is known as description of situation. Then you'll have character sketch. In the last SEM also you have written character sketch. So, the characters of this play will be asked to write about it. So, you have to sketch the character from the drama. For that you have to learn the drama. You have to read it again and again. As it is the drama written by William Shakespeare, you have to be very careful. You have to be very thorough when you are answering. Then you will have essay type questions, the long questions which will be asked for 10 marks. Okay. So, this is what you will have for drama, that is the language part or the literature part of 4th SEM. Okay. Then we will go for the language components. What all you will have from the language components? You will have to identify the adjectives. So, you have to learn the adjectives, kinds of adjectives, all those. Okay. So, identification of adjectives is asked. Then job application letter with CV. So when you are applying for a job, you have to attach the CV. What is CV? It is curriculum vitae. Okay, so where you will write the course of life. Okay, CV or curriculum vitae is nothing but the course of life. You will write the summary of yourself, what you have done, what is your achievement, what are your interests, all those you have to attach with the job application. Okay, that you will be studying this year. Then correction of sentences. While framing a sentence, we make mistakes, right? So we make mistakes in verbs, articles, prepositions, adjectives, adverbs and redundancy. Okay, these you know. We make mistakes in adding the proper form of the verbs, or we may make mistake in choosing the articles for the sentence. Prepositions, we may use wrong prepositions there, or adjectives may not be matching with the noun and the sentence, or adverbs may be not correctly used. So that is known as correction of sentences. You have to correct them, you have to change the sentence and write. Now when it comes to redundancy, this is repetition of some words. Okay, if we are telling the cricketer has returned home, at that time it is enough if we write the cricketer returned home, correct? We need not write the cricketer returned back to home, correct? Return and back, they mean the same. So that repetition words are called as redundancy. This you will be learning for this sem. Next, direct and indirect speech. So this is bit difficult for you. If you know the rules, if you know the verb forms and all, it is very easy to answer these questions. But when you are learning this, be perfect, learn it to the perfection. Then reading comprehension, it is an unseen passage. You had this in the last sem also. Paragraph will be given, a passage will be given, which will be followed by questions. You have to answer those questions. Usually this is asked for 10 marks, where you will have 10 questions. Okay, you have to read the comprehension carefully. The passage given has to be read carefully and then answer the questions. Okay, this is what you have under language components. So you have one drama, that is Julius Caesar by William Shakespeare, and the language components, that is identification of adjectives, then job application letter with CV, and correction of sentences, direct and indirect speech, and reading comprehension. These are the language components you have for this sem. Next, we will see the pattern of evaluation, how your evaluation is done. So, how you will be writing the credit 1, credit 2 and credit 3. So, they are nothing but the internals. Credit 1 and 2 are nothing but the internals, and examination is your term end examination. Okay, so here your C1 or first internals is for 10 marks. Okay, then second internals is also for 10 marks. It can be a test or assignment. Okay, they may give you test or maybe some assignment to write and submit to the college. So this is how your internals is conducted. It can be a test in the college or an assignment where you will write at home and submit to the college. Okay, so this is your internal assessment. So here internal assessment is for 20 marks, 10 for each of the internals. Then remaining 80 you will be writing the examination. As you wrote for third sem, in the same way you will write exam for 80 marks, and here you will have the drama Julius Caesar and the language components for this examination. Okay, so totally it is 100 marks. Okay, your exam is for 100 marks, whereas 20 marks are internals and 80 marks you will write in the term and examination. This is the pattern of evaluation. Next, let us see the pattern of question paper for C3. C3 means term and examination. Here comprehension questions means based on the drama Julius Caesar, you will have questions 10 out of 15 from the play. 15 questions will be asked and you have to answer any 10 out of 15. Okay, so that all that will be from the play Julius Caesar and has to be answered in a word, phrase or sentence. You can write in a word. Sometimes a single word can be the answer. If that is the case, write only that particular word and your job is done for that question. Okay, or a phrase, group of words if needed, or write in a sentence. It depends on the demand of the question. Okay, the question demands only one word answer, write one word answer and go for the next question. Okay, so this main is for 10 marks. Totally this is for 10 mark. Okay, then 4 annotations out of 8 from the play. Annotation means reference to context. Some lines from the play will be picked and will be given. So you have to write the reference to that context. Why this sentence is taken in the play? What does this mean? What is the background of this sentence? From where the playwright has taken this sentence? Why he added these words only in the sentence? All that you have to explain. Means that is, you for the context you have to write the explanation. That is known as annotation. Here you will have 8 questions. Out of 8 you have to answer any 4. Okay, out of 8 questions you have to answer any 4 from the play. This is for 20 marks. Each question carries 5 marks. 4 questions, 5 marks. 4 into 5 is 20. So this main is for 20 mark. Then 3 essay type questions out of 5 from the play. There will be 5 essay type questions. You have to answer any 3 out of 5. Each question carries 10 marks. So this is essay type question. Okay, you will have long question and answer here. You have to explain the answer. Here, while writing for essay type question, divide the content into paragraphs. Don't write in one single paragraph. Divide it into introduction, mid part and the conclusion. If possible, write the analysis also. So, while writing the essay type answer, first part will be introduction. You will be telling what you are writing in the answer in the introduction part. Then you will write the content, that is the main answer. While writing that main answer, please split that into paragraphs. Don't write in one single paragraph. That is not the way of answering essay type questions. Split it into paragraphs and final one paragraph has to be the conclusion. You have to tell your opinion about the answer or the situation what you are answering there. Okay, so this is essay type questions. This is for 30 marks because you have to answer any 3 which carry 10 mark each. So totally this main is for 30 mark. Then language component. Okay, so you'll have 4 language components, each carries 5 marks. Okay, so totally this language component will be for 20 mark. So how many marks you will be writing the exam? Is it for 100? No. 10 plus 20 30 plus 30 60 plus 20 80. So you will be writing for 80 marks. Okay, your C3 is for 80 marks. You will write it for 80 marks. Okay, clear? This is the pattern, question paper pattern. These are the mains you will have in the question paper. Okay, you have to read the heading and then go for the questions. Read the questions carefully and answer precisely. Don't write too lengthy answers. It has to be precise and compact, but you have to include all the points necessary to answer that particular question. Okay, so this is your question paper pattern. Next, we will see some of the literary genres. There are different genres in which the literature is written. Okay, some of them here, poetry. What is poetry? Here the lines are carefully designed. Okay, the words are carefully picked and the lines are carefully designed. So where you will have rhyme and rhythm, either rhyme or rhythm, or maybe both rhyme and rhythm. So that is known as poetry. Okay, next is fiction. What is fiction? This is imagination of a person. Okay, the writer must have imagined a story and he'll write that, which is not real, is known as fiction. Then what is non-fiction? Non-fiction is based on some real incident. Okay, so this is not imagination, this is based on what the writer has seen or witnessed. Okay, that is known as non-fiction. Then comes drama. Okay, drama means this is the conversation or dialogues between the characters. Here you will have the characters where they will converse directly to each other. That kind of writing is known as drama. Okay, so this year for your syllabus you have Julius Caesar, which is a drama. Then fable. What are fable? These are the short stories with some moral in them. Okay, these are called as fables. Then fairy tales. Fairy tales are the imaginary stories of some imaginary things and living beings. Okay, usually these are written for children. Okay, like Fairyland, Wonderland of Alice, all these are the fairy tales. Then fantasy. Fantasy means where it is completely beyond our imagination, like somebody is jumping into the pool of chocolate. Okay, these kind of writings are known as fantasy. Then folklore. Folklore means which has passed from mouth to mouth, from generation to generation. People have been telling those stories that there was a king or there was a person who did something incredible, unbelievable, correct? Those are called as folklores. These do not have a written script, they are passed from mouth to mouth, from generation to generation. Then historical fiction. Here based on a character or some historical character, some stories are built, okay, which are fiction. They are called as historical fiction. Then horror. Horror, you know, which creates fear in you. Those are called as horror. It can be about a supernatural power or anything which creates fear in you, which brings fear in you, are called as horror stories. Then legend. What are legend? They are the long literature where some person is appreciated or some person's life is described in that literature part. Okay, those are called as legend. Then mystery. What is mystery? We say his life is a mystery, means many things about that person is not known to us, so it is something secretive. That is known as mystery. Then mythology. We know mythology means the stories of gods, the kings, okay, the things which we have not really seen but we believe exists. Okay, that is known as mythology. And then comes short stories. Short stories, usually they entertain us. We read lot of short stories because they end up soon and they have everything that a fiction or a non-fiction, horror, mystery, whatever they have. Okay, but it will be in a small size where it includes all those, is known as short story. These are the different genres of literary in any language. Okay, so this time what do you have? You have a drama, that is Julius Caesar for 4th sem BCA. Next we will see what are the elements of a novel. What are the things which has to be in a novel? Those are the role. Okay, role of the novel. What is the novel doing? Is it something for the society or a community in the society? So that role is played here. Then character and relationships. There has to be some characters and their relationship. The characters and the relationship between one character and the other character has to be shown properly. That is known as character and relationships. Then the situation, in which situation the novel starts, from where it starts, and every situation changes, correct? So as the scene changes, the situation also changes. That has to be proper. Then voice, in which voice it is. Okay, so or we can say the narration, how it is. Okay, that is known as voice. Then movement, the whole drama or the novel cannot be in one single place. It has to move, correct? It has to go at least in the imagination to some place, or they may recall any incident, or they may go to the future and come back. This movement means not the physical movement of the character, it is the movement from character to character, or the characters from situation to situation is known as movement. Then space and time. What is this space and time? This is the space between one character and the other character. This is not again physical space. This is the emotional and the mental space between the characters, and the timing when that character has to come and when that character has to move back or disappear or appear. All this comes under the space and time. Then the language and text. So language has to be appealing. It has to reach the people who is reading, correct? So the language and text plays a very important role. Which language have they used? If in today's era, if you write it in the olden English, there will be nobody who will read you, correct? So the language has to be very important. We need to adapt ourselves to the language change, correct? We are the one who are responsible for the change in the language, correct? We are bringing that change in the language, and that language has to be appealing and it has to be understood by everyone. So that plays very important role in a novel. Then symbol and metaphor. So if it is an imagination, or if the writer is telling something about a person, he has to give some symbol, correct? And the metaphor has to be added there. Here metaphor means it is a word added as a figure of speech to tell about a subject or an object which is not related to that, but it has to give some meaning or make the reader understand the story well, okay? Then mood and atmosphere. It cannot be in the same mood. If the whole drama is pathetic, will you read the drama completely? No, it has to, the mood has to change and the atmosphere has to change. And this mood and atmosphere, it should not change frequently. If it changes frequently, the reader will not understand the mood and atmosphere and it will be boring for the reader, okay? So it has to change, but it has to have its own pace to change. Then audience. What kind of audience are there? If the audience like mythology and if you are writing a mystery, then there will be no applause for your drama, correct? So what you write should reach the audience, okay? Based on the demand or interest of the audience, the drama has to be. Then dramatic tension. So as we see in the serials in the television, there has to be some dramatic tension. If everything goes in the same path or same mood, there won't be any twist. So what we call twists and turns in the story, that has to be there, okay? These are the elements of novel. All these you have to search whenever you are reading a novel or a drama. You should see whether there is role, character, relationship, situation, voice, mood, atmosphere. All those you have to search when you are reading a novel. Only then you will understand the novel well, and the novel becomes interesting if you know all this. If you are blindly or plainly reading the novel, you cannot complete reading the novel. You will stop in between, okay? So these are the things you have to keep in your mind while reading a novel. So I hope you have understood the question paper pattern, the pattern of evaluation, your syllabus, and some of the genres of literature, also the elements of novel. Hope this video helps you a lot. And with this smile, I am bidding you bye. Thank you.